All right, welcome to the Bald and Beardiful. I'm Chris.
I'm Bryce.
I'm bald.
And I'm Beardiful. And thanks for the creepy voice. That was very inspiring for this week's episode that we are recording for Halloween, hence the tag name Speak No Evil, See No Evil, Hear No Evil. Why is that the name of the episode? Because that's our only contribution to Halloween. Don't Everything else is purely football. Welcome to week 9, episode 7.
You
Uh,
almost said week 7, didn't you?
Yeah, I did almost say week 7. Um, what can I say? Our first intro when we tried doing this was much better. Let's just get into the recap. Let's do this.
All
Week
right.
8, the week 8 recap.
Week 8 recap. More
I
of this,
did.
more of the same from you or
I
me, and less of the same from you. Yeah, that's
I
what it
did.
is.
I did
More of the same from
so.
me, less of the same from you.
I did so much better, and you took advice from a homeless guy on the streets of Las Vegas. That's what happened.
Hey, I have a special relationship with OJ.
What's his last name?
Samsonite?
Anyway, I was way off. Anyway, let's get into the curse of the Thursday night pick. Uh, I, I told you before this was an iffy game for me just because Washington has a tendency to keep it close, and they did, making turning a what should have been a really high scoring game for Minnesota into a negative points for Thursday night, and that's just disappointing for me and you, but mainly for me because I should have known better.
AP was the difference maker in that particular game. Uh, he really helped Washington stay in it. Um, Minnesota really should have been able to smoke them though. Like it should have been uh, a lot better. But dialing out Diggs just wasn't clicking. And like Diggs really needed to be on his game for what they for his I should say for as much as they were involving him in the offense. The run game looked sick though. It
From what
really
I'm
did.
getting, Diggs needed Thielen to take away the good covers so he could go
Is he
away with
double
it.
team?
Anyway, the same. Now you have me trying to be careful over here. Anyway, the Detroit game, our final similar pick. Both of our picks together just were in the wrong direction. Luckily, not by much. They beat the cover, or they couldn't quite beat the cover. They couldn't win by a touchdown and a field goal, which is just or a an extra point, which is just overall just disappointing. I thought Detroit could do a lot better against New York, but New York, as I said, was underrated like 4 episodes ago, and I think they by keeping it close, they do prove that, even though they didn't pull the victory. Um, I'll finish out my cover 5 picks here. Rams, my first like shine of hope in the positive direction, help me get back to where I wanted to be. Beat the cover by a point. Overall, happy with it. I mean, I need to stop picking them just for the sheer fact that I picked them last week, and I think they still got me positive points, but just barely. Again, like they're not a high scoring. Well, in this one they were 14 points over, but they're not getting me a lot of points. So I got to pick that one on a low spread. New Orleans at home against Arizona. I knew that was going to be a good game. Still, it felt good, especially since they were my first true hope at producing points, getting me 12.5 overall, and then San Francisco coming in for the kill and just destroying Carolina. Oh, I cannot tell you how happy I was when I saw that score. They put me over the top, put me at 39 points. I am in 11th place this week. I was so close to top 10, so close. 11th place with 39 points. Cannot be more happy.
I mean, close. You were close. We'll give you that. All right. Yeah. So jumping in here. A lot of the same with New England as your pick with the Rams. Just, I think it was the weather. I really didn't like that pick, to be honest. But New England tends to like to whoop up on Cleveland, and being at home,
Did
New
you did
England's
you
been
did you
what?
hear about Brady's training pattern for this game?
No, tell me about that. I don't think I did.
Supposedly, I mean, I've heard it from the radio, and so who knows if it's even true. But apparently, Belichick had Brady practicing with wet footballs. He had him practicing because he knew it was going to rain, so he had him practicing with wet footballs.
Quit
Uh,
giggling like a little schoolgirl.
I
I know what you're
can't.
thinking about. You're
I
thinking
need.
about
I
Brady's ball
my
handling skills.
Yeah, the thought of speaking faster than my censoring. That's what I'm thinking about. Anyway, go on, please finish up.
All right, so then we're looking at Green Bay. At KC. I know KC was at home, but was Sans Mahomes, and really stepped up to the plate. More basketball references, um, and delivered. I think he delivered it on an unexpected level of play, and really, um, you know, really kept KC in the game against. Uh, I really still feel a superior Green Bay team, all around on both sides of the football.
Wasn't Hill back for this game too? Tyreek Hill.
Yes.
So I think
He'll,
that's also a big factor. Even though I don't think Mahomes is not the one throwing to him, having Hill back is a big asset.
oh, without a doubt, you definitely have to account for him. I would say completely, like, regardless of like who's under center, but you did, but most NFL quarterbacks at this point, if you've made it to the NFL, you're going to be able to utilize a player like Tyreek Hill, right?
Yeah.
And then last pick, your disappointment of a team starts out
Yeah. How
15 to
scared were you?
nothing,
Come on. How scared were you?
sweating like a prostitute in church, for sure. Just I turn the TV on. I come home, turn the TV on, and immediately see like they're down by 7, and literally like the next drive um, is a scoring drive, and then they're down 14 to nothing. Right?
Oh no,
Just abs-
I was scared.
yeah. I but like Dad always says, right? The Steelers are a second half team.
Yeah, no, that's what I was chanting as I'm rocking in my bar stool, just going, Steelers are our second half team. Steelers are our second half team. And then sure enough, they scored 27 unanswered points.
Yeah. At the same time, though, like the refs really didn't help your guys' case in any way, shape, or form. Like there were a number of big plays that were just taken back by the refs, like multiple in a row. Just couldn't couldn't let them have it, right? And at this point, like it's almost like, I don't know. Either way, I think something has to be done. I'm not gonna go on another ref rant. You guys know how my stance is at this point on the refs and
Oh
their
no, please tell us.
their shenanigans.
um overall, yeah. You copped it out by saying you got your picks from the homeless guy in the streets of Las Vegas. So you get, I don't know, you get a courtesy point. So we'll register that as negative 3.5. How about that? Anyway,
I mean, I'm just saying,
you still took the
OJ
advice.
OJ said he knew what he was talking about, and he had some inside information. That's all I'm saying.
And was this with or without his tinfoil hat on? Uh, so as a quick recap, bogey golf, that'd be me, coming in with 39 points in 11th place. Two girlies, one cup, coming in at negative 4.5 for the week. Do you know what place you're in
Overall, or for the week?
for this week?
I I think it was 70 something for the week.
72nd for the week.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew. I just wanted you to say
Hey, but
it.
you know what? That means that like 40 some odd people, 40 something people scored worse than me this week.
Oh, we'll get into that in the next
Still.
episode.
So that's
Oh
all
yeah,
I'm saying.
next episode we got some honorable mentions of how we are doing with some of our family and friend members in this league to show you how bad or how well we're actually doing.
All right. So let's get into week 9.
Yay! Hopefully it's better. I mean, being so close to top 10, I it's all downhill from here. I was already at rock bottom. I've climbed up, and now I don't know if I can keep it going. I'm hoping for the best.
Is that a
And
quote from your last date?
why you gotta keep going there?
It's because it's too easy. You keep serving them up like that.
Yeah. Anyway, it looks like we have a lot of similar picks here. What's going on?
Well, one caveat though. So as of today, right, the spread for some reason in cover 5 for the Minnesota KC game isn't available and isn't available to pick, right? We can't select it. Um, according to the interwebs, because I can Google, um, it should be -3.5 for Minnesota. So for those who are watching, are millions of fans out there watching, with bated breath for the each pick and really rooting for me to have a positive week.
Those
That
people are gonna suffocate.
they're no kidding. They might as well be whales at this point. Uh, because a whale can hold their breath for like an hour or something like that. I just made that up. Somebody Google that, put it in the comments on how.
While you're ranting, I'm gonna look it up. Go, keep going.
Okay. Anyway, so the one pick I would actually swap out is my indie pick for Minnesota. So if you see some discrepancy with the graphics next week, that's because that's what happened. So, well, now it looks like we're both on Carolina against Tennessee, both on Cleveland against Denver, especially with Joe Flacco being out, right? Like Flacco being injured. I don't even remember who his backup is. I don't think it's anybody who has a whole lot of experience. We're taking a ton of snaps. And Denver's defense is really, it seems to be clicking a lot better, but their offensive line is still not there. So not only are you down your starting quarterback, but with an offensive line that wasn't giving your starter enough time in the pocket to bring in a backup that's going to be getting rushed a lot, especially with the pass rush of Cleveland. Cleveland does have a decent pass rush. I think that's a truly solid pick. Looks like both of us are on Green Bay. Hopefully there's not more of the same on that where Green Bay just barely covers.
Well, if they do, let's hope it's a field goal. And just a quick recap. Apparently, the sperm whale can hold its breath for 90 minutes.
Oh, there we go. Hour and a half. I was close.
Yeah, it's close.
So it looks like our main differing pick, which is your first pick, Washington, right, against Buffalo.
Yep, said it last week. Washington likes to keep it close. Buffalo has some trouble getting in the higher scoring range. So I'm hoping Washington wins this one. That'd be a really cool win to have, especially because it would give me so many points.
And then you can rub it in the commissioner's face. You know
Sure.
she's a Buffalo fan, right?
No, did not. I've not met her.
You've not met the commissioner? Yeah, you did. She was at the wedding.
I have. I don't know that I've met her.
Hi, Lori.
She's going to kick me out of this league. Anyway. No, she's not. I'm still paying her. Anyway, I'm kidding. It's a joke. Anyway. So you already covered Carolina. All right, Detroit. I think Detroit has what it takes to take over Oakland at home. I know Oakland can put up some points, but I think Detroit has the defense to hold them back.
I like that game. I think Detroit can do well. They're still without Kerry and Johnson though. So their offense is slightly one dimensional. They are doing like a running back by committee kind of setup, but I think they still have the tools to be able to take that win against an Oakland team that's still kind of rebuilding, or kind of headed in that direction. But
Yeah.
let's see. Then I have Seattle at home against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is kind of once again is kind of one dimensional, similar to Detroit is in that position because of an injury. Tampa Bay just for whatever reason can't seem to get their run game together, so they throw a lot. Seattle's secondary isn't the greatest, and especially with them being, I see that Tampa Bay playing from behind. Seattle at home, I think that Jameis Winston has a tendency, not even I think, I know has a tendency to throw pick sixes. So even with Seattle's okay secondary, I still think they can come away with they'll come away with probably come away with a pick six this week. And Seattle at home, so that's I can see there being a lot of scoring in this game, all in all.
I'm gonna write that one down. Seattle gets 1 pick six, and we're gonna mention that on the next one.
All right, we can keep track on that, because I think Winston is averaging. I think he's averaging at least 2 interceptions a game right now. So that's not. I'm not way off on that one.
I don't even think that's the worst. I think Mayfield's got more, which is still a little heartbreaking.
They have a tendency for self-implosion and self-sabotage. That's all we're saying. It's like our like every one of our.
We both picked him to beat Denver this week, so just saying.
Well, hopefully this is the week that they aren't self-sabotaging, and and they really they go to mile high to really play.
Yeah, to get those mile high points. Let's hope.
All right, that's it for the recap. Until next week.
You can find us at the Bald and Beardiful on Facebook. Please email us at theballandbeardiful@gmail.com. Like and subscribe at the bottom of this video, and comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know how we can improve. We love to hear from anyone and what you got.
Happy Halloween.
Boo.